Oh man, that's embarrassing. Sorry about that, guys. This is episode 4 of the Let's Talk NHL series. I started talking and I realized that my mic was still was off, but I'm back now. And if you guys hadn't heard yet, in San Jose, Patrick Marleau was stripped of the alternate captaincy, and Joe Thornton was stripped of the C. So this happened a couple weeks ago. I just haven't got around to making the video, but I have now. Yeah, so, first off, my initial thoughts of it were, that it was a shock to me. And I originally wasn't too unhappy with it, but now that I've really looked into it and thought about it, the more I realized it was a bad decision on San Jose's part. Because the reason they did it is because, they've had horrible luck in the playoffs the last few years. I wouldn't even say luck, they just haven't showed up in the playoffs, really. And this man, Joe Thornton, he just hasn't been there in the playoffs. But yeah, so they wanted to shake things up. They wanted to trade Joe Thornton. They wanted to get some younger assets in there. Start not a rebuild, but kind of like a retool. And Joe Thornton, since he has a no-trade clause, refused to be traded out of San Jose. And you can see why. I mean, he's the captain. He wants a chance to win the cup, and he has a great chance in San Jose. So why wouldn't he? But so you can understand why he wouldn't want to leave, but then again, he is setting his team's future back by not allowing them to trade him when his trade potential or trade value is still pretty high. You can still get quite a bit for Joe Thornton. He's still an elite playmaker in the NHL. Patrick Marleau, I don't know why this guy's watching the replays. It wasn't a good goal, but yeah, what's it called? Patrick Marleau, he's not that an elite player anymore. He doesn't have those spectacular seasons really. He could get you 55, 60 point year now. He'll get you 25 to 30 goals. Nothing spectacular anymore from Patrick Marleau, but they did this to just shake things up. They want everyone to have a clean slate. In the locker room, they want everyone to be at equal value really. And to me, that's not right. I mean, Joe Thornton, how embarrassing. I mean, you take him, you take the C away from him, and then you tell him he has to earn it back. I mean, that's horrible. I know they were talking about it. What? This guy quit? Alright, I'll just jump into another shootout. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what that guy was doing. He was, I'm not sure if his connection was bad or what, but he was pausing it, or he was watching the replays, and then he paused it. I don't know what happened to that guy, but I guess we'll jump into another shootout here. But yeah, I now that I see it, I don't agree with it, because now they're saying Joe Pavelski or Marc-Andre Vlasic might get the C throughout the season, and they're saying, I've heard things like, if you give one of those guys the C, when Joe Thornton is still sitting there in the locker room, how does a guy like Joe Pavelski, Little Joe, step up and, be the leader in the locker room when Joe Thornton is over there sitting in the corner? He doesn't have anything on his chest, like the C or anything. So it's tough. And I don't agree with it. The San Jose Sharks, they wanted to shake things up, and to me, with this decision, they took a step backwards. I mean, they, your team's not doing well. They need some leadership. They need just that one breakout year in the playoffs. So what did they do? They stripped the C away from their captain. I mean, that's their face of their franchise. That's horrible. I mean, to me, that's not what they should have done. I don't think they approached it the right way. They perfect off season. They would have fired their coach. They would have traded Joe Thornton and come back next year younger and better. They unloaded Dan Boyle and Martin Havlat as well in the off season. So I guess that was good for cap reasons and stuff. But they didn't really pick anyone significant up. So they might be a little hurt offensively next year with the loss of those two guys. But I don't know, San Jose. To you San Jose Shark fans, what's next season looking like? Are you guys going to be a cup contender next year? Are you guys going to be first round exits or something? What does this do to Joe Thornton and the rest of the players in San Jose? Does this Is this embarrassing for them, or does it truly give them motivation to come back? Because the way I saw it originally was, okay, you take away the C and the A from those two guys, and now they are gonna have to try harder to earn those captaincies back, and other guys like this guy Pavelski and Couture are gonna step up. Oh, the captaincy's up for grabs. This is my chance to really shine and get that captaincy. So originally I thought it was a good idea, but now I just see the bad behind it, and it wasn't the right move. It wasn't the way to go in the situation at hand. But I'm rooting for San Jose. I've always liked San Jose. They've always had a great roster. They were always that team that has a great team, and they have a great regular season, but just can't put it together in the playoffs. So I'm rooting for them. Hopefully next year they can do something big. I don't see how they would do it though, considering, like I said, they embarrassed their captain and they lost key players from last year. So we'll see how they perform. And also goaltending, Antti Niemi. I heard that they're going to give that kid Alex Stalock a chance to be the starter in the net, so that'll be interesting. So I'm not sure too much about Stalock. I'm not sure if he's supposed to be a good goalie or what. But I know Niemi has not been the greatest goaltender for them the past few years since they picked him up from Chicago. He's been decent, but he just hasn't been nearly as good as they had hoped. That Stanley Cup winning goaltender. Oh, I knew he was going to do it. Ooh, that was a nice goal. That was the winner, too. But yeah, so leave your guys' thoughts in the comments. If you thought it was a good decision, a bad decision. Oops, I didn't mean to zoom in like that. Yeah, just your thoughts. And also, what do you guys think of the thumbnail? I've been trying out some new thumbnails recently. Some custom thumbnails. And I think this one turned out pretty nice. Yeah, if you guys did enjoy it, please leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.